Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you for joining me again today for another card making tutorial. And as it's Friday, I'm doing Vickie Lou's colour challenge. So the Creative Colour Challenge blog by Vickie Lou Designs launches on a Monday, and she picks out, so far it's only been 3 colours. I don't know whether we're intending to keep it at 3 colours or whether she's going to throw in some more at any point, but this is challenge number 4 with Bermuda Bay, one of my favourites, with Smoky Slate and Rich Raspberry. Now, isn't that a gorgeous combination? I think I will be using this again. I really like that. And of course it has Bermuda Bay, which is one of my favourites. So I have used these 2 stamp sets. I've used Blossoms in Bloom, and the Dragonfly Garden with the coordinating punch. And I have created this card. Okay, so there you are, Rich Raspberry on the base. Sorry, my light's not on. Is that better? Rich Raspberry on the base, Smoky Slate in the layering, and to put on this sort of muted floral. And then I've pulled in the card base colour for the Dragonfly, and then put in my accents with the Bermuda Bay. And I really like that. The panels are upon dimensionals as well, just to add a little bit more interest. Not added any extra embellishments, but of course you could. Ribbon, rhinestones, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what I made. So in the usual style, we're going to flip this round and invert the colours basically. So I'm just going to swap the Rich Raz and the Bermuda Bay around to make an alternative. Okay, so already cut layers. Okay, so we're going with a Bermuda Bay card base this time. Let's just give that a crease. Okay, I've got my scrap there ready to do my Dragonfly. I've just got a 1/2 inch strip there for the sentiment. And then layers wise, now those who watch regularly know I usually do a really skinny layer, so I just take off an 1/8 of an inch, or increase it by an 1/8 of an inch, whichever way you want to say it. But I actually went with a 1/4, so we've just got more of that Smoky Slate showing around the edge, and I just think that makes it show up a little bit more. The basic white is 3.5 by 5 1/4, so this is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, and it just layers up with that nice generous border like so. Alright, so we just need to stamp our flowers onto the background from the Blossoms in Bloom stamp set. Now that stamp is a large stamp, so I'm actually going to use my Stampin' Up tool to help me do that. I'm just bringing it closer to me. I think it's right, if I put it too high up you're going to get loads of glare on there, but I don't really want you to have that. So if I just bring it a little bit closer, just so that glare's reduced. So we're going to slip this piece of card that we've already cut into the Stamparatus there, and I can hold that in place just over that corner there so it won't impact on the stamp going down. It helps for you to have your stamp case underneath the window here, because otherwise it's sort of at a funny angle, and that just gives you something to press down on. Alright, so as we did with the other one, I'm going to use Smoky Slate for that. Okay, wasn't super sure that the Smoky Slate would work out, sort of in my mind's eye when I was thinking about what I was going to make for this. I was like, yeah, that'll work. And I don't know, I thought that this would come out a little lighter than it did, but actually it's worked out just fine. So that's, you're never sure exactly what you're going to get when you think about these things in your head. So just some gentle pressure over all of that If it helps you, use a soft cloth just to rub that over if you're not got the strength in your wrists or fingers or whatever to do that. A soft cloth and rubbing over it will help you. Because it's photopolymer, I've got the foam pad in there. Okay, so that's our set of flowers. Okay, this will just wipe clean because it's got that lovely coating on it. Okay, and we will just give our stamp a quick wipe with our stamp chamois so that it's been put away clean. Okay, I'm going to put that to one side for now though, and do that once I have finished making this with you guys. So here's our, oh, what's that? Piece of fluff from somewhere. Want to add the little centres into there, and we're going to do that with second generation ink. So I'm just going to bring back in the scrap piece of paper that I was using to do that, and this time we are using the Rich Raspberry for that. So just bring that in, and again I'm going to stamp it off because I was looking to make kind of a sort of softer background so that the accented stamp off, the idea was that the dragonfly would come out from the background and be bolder, or more bold. Is that better English? You know what I mean. So that's what we're doing. I don't know whether you've noticed, I'm trying to rotate this stamp so that it doesn't look identical in all the flowers. Whoops, getting in my own way with the reflection of the light there. So see how that's really muted that down. I think if we'd have gone straight in with the first generation ink, I think it would have been overpowering for the look that I was going for anyway. All right, okay. While we've still got this paper out, I'm going to, sorry, I do need Rich Raspberry, confusing myself. Let me just clean this while, I do like to get these pink and purple inks off my photopolymer stamps as soon as possible, just to reduce staining. It's just a thing, it's my thing. If you're not bothered, then that's fine, but it does, I just like to get it off as soon as possible. So just using the grid paper just to make sure that that is straight. Inking up our happy birthday sentiment. This sentiment is from the Blossoms in Bloom. I don't know why I keep saying that wrong. Set. And there's a few, there's like Get Well Soon, Thank You, and Thinking of You, and so there's a few different sentiments that we could be using for this, and this is just a 1/2 inch scrap of paper. Just having difficulty getting right over the top of that, but it is straight. Yay! Okay, so those are stamped and ready. Let me do this cleaning off. Go. So the last thing to just do there is the dragonfly. So like I say, I've got this other piece of scrap here which tones, and we're going to use the Bermuda Bay to tone it with the card base. Light tapping. Okay, round and round. Make sure you've got a good coating of ink. I like this particular image because it gives you the solid body, so it'll hopefully really pop out, whereas the other image, the body isn't coloured. You'd have to colour it separately, but doing it with this one, we've got it all ready to go. There is the coordinating punch here which lines up around there really nicely. I tend to just line up around the head and the sort of abdomen there, and the rest usually fits in quite nicely, so we can do that. I haven't added any wink of Stella or anything else on the top of that. I was just going to demonstrate something very quick and simple, but of course you could add those to yours if you wish. So I was just going for, let's just get it done nice and quick. So we're just shaping that with our creasing tool there, okay, and that just gives it a little bit more life and dimension. So a dimensional going on the back of that, ready to go. One large dimensional on the back of the bodies, usually perfect there. Just going to trim down this sentiment just ever so slightly, just so that it's at a nice angle. Again, if you wanted to call them picker punches, one of those would fit round there nicely as well. I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of this, ready to go as well. Okay. Our stamped panel is going to be layered onto our smoky slate layer. Okay, just make sure you're, because you might, well, depending on what borders you use. So this is a wider border than I usually make, so I'm just making sure that's going to be even. So if we use the same technique of making sure that these three edges are lined up and even, the rest should take care of itself, just like I do with all my other layers that I do with you. So dimensionals are going onto the back of this. So I tend to go like that. And we're going to take these off and just use a little dab of wet glue on the back, just to help us make sure that that is adhered nice and straight. So just a bit on there, it will just stop those dimensionals grabbing instantly and just give us just a little bit of wriggle room to make sure it's straight. Okay, so sort of try and get it roughly right on the first instance, and then you've just got that moment or two just to be sure. Then if you just give that a bit of a press, it sort of moves the glue, and then the dimensionals should grab behind there as well. Alright, I've possibly stuck that upside down. I don't know whether there is a right way up. No, that's alright, I think. No, it is the same as that one actually. Okay. So when I was making this sample, I originally thought I'd be putting this somewhere higher up in the middle, but I really didn't want to cover up the accented colours, so that's why it ended up down here, and I actually quite like it. So that's why we've gone for that. Overhanging the border there breaks it all up and really draws your eye into the design. That's my personal opinion. Okay, if you want to move it over, you can. It's your card. You create what you want to create. I'm merely offering a serving suggestion. And this little dude will be flying off. Again, I didn't want to really cover up the rich raspberry elements that we've put in excessively, and again that wing just coming over the edge just sort of ties that all together. That is it, my friends. Nice and simple, with a beautiful colour challenge from Vickie Lou Designs. The link to her challenge blog will be in the description. And just to remind you, those colours were Bermuda Bay, Rich Raspberry and Smoky Slate. Really great colour combo. And I've used Blossoms in Bloom and the Dragonfly Garden stamp sets Okay, find all those links in the description for you if you want to take a closer look or shop online with me. I'd love to have you purchase some great things and be able to make some pretty stuff. I really like these. Oh, I really like these. Okay, that's it from me. Stay safe, take care, see you soon. Bye.